Welcome to our second episode here in beautiful Riga. We're going to be tasting some local and not so local delicacies in Europe's largest indoor market. Like always, we're going to be learning more history.
And let's start with a hotel tour. We are staying at the Pullman Hotel in Riga, and it's a really unique location because the hotel itself was actually 18th century horse stables. So the whole hotel is very horse themed, and it is a very spacious room, which is very helpful, especially when we need to work and get things done. And this is something that I haven't really seen before, how it's double windows, which would make sense with the cold weather here in the winter to block out the bitter cold. A separate shower and sink, getting ready room over here, which is nice because it's separate from the actual toilet, which is much appreciated when we both need to get ready. The shower is incredibly spacious as well, and all around is great.
A lot of closet space.
Very full day ahead of us. We had a delicious breakfast here in the hotel. The selection has been amazing, and it just the theme of the horse stables is just quite unique because you have little separate rooms you can go in, and just actually feels like horse stables but with a modern touch. So now we're going to head downstairs in the lobby because our guide is waiting us, so he will take us to the indoor food market. And yeah, oh, okay, we need to go.
Historically, the city walls would have been there, and then once the city walls come down, we build a railway.
This is Arthur, our very knowledgeable guide for the next 2 hours.
Exactly the same places. Like the railway is, let's say, the border. We have the yellow kvass barrel. It's kind of, let's say, malt beer, if you will, you know. Beer in the early stages, so it's not really alcoholic. It might have like traces of alcohol, and it kind of is like a local Coke, basically. Eastern Slavic recipe that has become popular in many different places. It's a bit sweet. It depends who's making it.
The market is made out of 5 pavilions, and all of these have been constructed by old German Zeppelin hangars.
Costs were incredible to build such a large market, so if we can recycle something that is already there. So we purchase the metal, we bring the metal to Riga, and we build, let's say, not full 100%, you know, Zeppelin hangar. We reduce it to like 50% or maybe less on display. Let's check it out and then we go inside. There's probably hundreds of mushrooms you could eat, you know, in Latvia, but like these two are the most popular. Have you ever seen control scale in a market? In a market, like everyone's, you know, using their own scale. In Soviet times, there might be a finger on the scale, you know. So as a result, you know, if you feel like you've been cheated, you can come here and you can check how much. I have exactly 50 grams of coffee.
For a meat market, it actually doesn't have the smell of meat. Yeah. Because a lot of times I can't go into a butcher shop because the smell is so
meaty, natural.
It's so intense. Here, I wouldn't be able to tell.
Yeah, I actually smell good spices.
Yeah, wow.
In the company, they really know what they're doing. So we're gonna try some, let's say, I guess wings. Yeah.
Good.
Makes the most sense, because like the chicken breast might be a bit too dry, I would say, you know, for us to try. Sveiki, labdien! Varētu palūgt lūdzu 3 tos puspārniņus. So these kind of chicken wings should be smoked with alder tree. Grows in kind of wet conditions, you know, like proper smoking takes several hours. So this stuff should be incredibly smoky, and maybe too smoky for you, because if you never tried it, you know. I always do my own taste test. Yeah.
Let's see. Oh yeah, it's very smoky. Probably some of the smokiest meat I've ever had. It doesn't just have that simple smoky flavor. A lot of smoked meats have it actually tastes like straight on smoke.
Like bonfire, basically, yeah.
Yeah, like bonfire, you're right.
It's very Soviet. Like, this is exactly how these places would have looked like 20, 30, 40, 50, 60 years ago. Just filled with sweets, cookies and whatnot. Even the same apron. That's it. The scale is modern. What the Georgians call Churchkhelas. So walnut dipped in jelly, be it grape jelly or pomegranate jelly. And then all kinds of halva products and this like lukum, probably made by the Turks, you know, and so on. Classic Riga, the old and the new together. Over there we're building a new railway line. Well, we're at least trying. We're running out of money, or at least apparently already out of money. And the train station project also has been kind of frozen. So they're trying to kind of modernize the whole area. Like the first big investment was mid-19th century, building these warehouses to move the port of Riga away from the old city, which could become like center for banks and for civilians.
Right.
And then moved the port activity all over here. The railway was built as well, which is a massive turning point in Riga's development history. And then the market days in the 20s, they knocked down most of these warehouses and built the market pavilions. And you'll see that one side is largely locals and the other side is largely tourists. So they string the walnuts up. So you have like a needle and a string, and you string the walnuts up, and then you just dip them in the jelly. I'm not sure how many times you have to do it, and then you just let it kind of dry, and it forms into this some sort of like a jelly nut sausage.
The jelly flavor is really nice, and it's not too sweet either. With the combination of like pomegranate jelly and the nut, it's really good. And you said that there's caraway seeds.
Yeah,
in
you
it,
see
right?
the seeds?
Right.
This is what Latvians will put in their rye bread and into their cheese. It's maybe one of the more popular spices in Latvia, besides garlic and dill.
Okay.
Dill is like a summer thing, because
Yeah.
you have it in summer, obviously. It ends up in soups, on fish, on potatoes. Like, it's too much dill, basically, in Latvia. That's what all the people say that come here and live here for an extended period of time. And the Latvians say, just deal with it, basically. It's a terrible pun. But it's the reality. Latvians love dill.
I love dill. Yeah, it's
I
a
would
very
do with
mild
it,
cheese.
put it on some sort of a bread, and then pop it in the oven. Make it melt a little bit, and it will get a completely different flavor.
And the seeds add like a little bit of flavor to
because it doesn't have-
it's not
yeah.
too. Probably one of the more mild cheeses I've ever had.
Yeah. Yeah.
Almost like cream cheese, a little
Yeah.
thicker than
Yeah.
cream cheese.
You're right to Norman's section, but I'm not sure if he himself is a health nut, though for a Latin man his age, he's in incredible shape. I must say that's not the standard in this country. But what he does, and that's really his thing, he might be the only one in the market who does it, is he does pestos based on hemp seed. Hemp is another thing that Latvians used to produce quite a lot for export.
Interesting.
Ropes, fabrics, the seed stays home, and the seed can be crushed into some sort of a paste, which is like a Latvian peanut butter, if you will. But you could also use the seed, the pitted seed. You don't want the outer shell because it gets in your teeth and whatnot. To mix it with some oils and then basil, dried tomato, and he makes these pestos. Just a couple of years ago, he was selling just regular sausage, and then the man decided to kind of up his game. And
Wow. Yeah, I used to
That's
put
his
hemp
thing.
oil on my salads
seriously,
and hemp hearts. I used to be a bit of a health nut.
yeah, it has the omega-3, 6, and 9,
Yeah.
like
And
fish
the
oil.
flavor's nice too.
If you like it, yeah, not everyone's cup of tea again. Sweet and sour bread, that's what we call it. So it's lighter,
Sourdough.
less, not really, but maybe something like it. You'll see.
Try the pesto first. It smells really good. It smells very nutty. Really good.
No
It has the
paši, ale
pesto
viņi
flavor,
saprot, ko stāsts.
but it has like a creaminess
Tas būs
and
uzreiz
nuttiness,
pilnīgi kaut
almost
kas
more like
cits.
a nut butter.
This is the crushed seed with the shell. So it gets this dark color. Yeah, this is the
Okay.
classic. So the sort of, let's say, meat substitute, if you will.
Right.
Like Latvian peanut butter.
Yeah, I was saying it's almost
And
like
it's
a
100% vegan.
And I can taste the shell.
Yeah.
But it's really nice. It has this like earthy. I'm really curious about the spirulina. Okay, let's see.
Turis
Use
maģiem
spirulina
tur
for
nevis,
taste
nu,
is
tā kā
good. Try it
Rīgas doma.
Try the tomato one though. I'm really enjoying these. This is something that I would actually buy regularly. It's healthy, it tastes really good. Have it on bread, crackers.
It used to be super traditional, then kind of died out, was just not available. Because like when I remember my childhood, thinking about like hemp seed paste and whatnot, I just don't think we had it.
Yeah.
And then at some point, it just becomes trendy and popular once again, And then you start seeing all these like fancy Latvian restaurants just sprinkling the hemp seed all over their soups, especially cream soups, because you get a little bit of crunch if you have a toasted hemp seed.
You want me to eat healthy and have superfoods? This is the way to do it. I cannot believe the flavors of this. If you're here, you need to come to this.
Yeah. It's interesting because it's something super traditional, but also a modern variation of something that was really popular.
And so we are in the dairy pavilion, and you need to come find our friend because he makes everything homemade and they're just delicious.
Thank you. Bye. Have a nice day.
The honey tasting was delicious. We tried so many different ones, but what really stuck out to me are the prices. They're so good, and what our guide Arthur was telling us, that is the normal. There's so much honey production here in Latvia. Apparently there's so much abundance of it that it's very cheap. So if you're here in Latvia, go try the honey, take some home if you can, because it's good quality and it tastes really good.
What Indians call them samosa.
I was gonna say samosa,
Kind of
looks
the
similar.
same, you know, pretty much. And there's different fillings, you know. I'd say you can choose several if you want. Zucchini, spinach, cheese, lamb, beef, and turkey, and Uzbek pilaf is like plov in a pastry.
As you've noticed, this market doesn't just have Latvian foods, but also a lot of other really popular international foods. We tried the Georgian walnut and jelly, and now we're going to try a Uzbek pastry called a samsa, which is kind of similar to a samosa. We got the spinach one. It looks very similar to a spanakopita. And I can see that this has the caraway seeds in it as well, just like the bread that we had. So I don't know if that's Uzbek or they just add that here because it's very popular here. But the pastry is really, really lovely. It's very fresh and something healthy. Smoked fish.
There'll be lots of smoked
Right.
fish, yeah. Even river fish, like carp, they will smoke. This is like one of the countries where they actually eat river fish and lake fish. And there'll be also stuff coming from the Baltic Sea or imported stuff. Because we have lots of, let's say, herring, for example. But how much herring can you eat, you know? So you pickle it, sometimes you smoke it. My favorite is mackerel, for example. And I'm pretty sure that they have the lamprey eel. Can be acquired here fresh several times a year. Sometimes you can actually buy them alive and then cook them yourselves. But what they normally do, they grill them on coal and then they jelly them. It is one of the most expensive things in the market. It doesn't taste like much, if you ask me. But it's a delicacy because it's such a weird thing to eat, you know.
Yeah.
Which could be local, could be imported from China, for example, you know.
Now we are going to try some lamprey eel, which is quite adventurous for us. It's a parasitic eel that attaches to salmon. It's typically paired with vodka, and the more vodka you have, the more lamprey eel usually. We don't have any vodka, so let's see how it goes.
Oh Lord, there's even the head.
I'm not going to be that adventurous.
No, you don't have to do the head or the tail. Eat something from the middle, you know. Like this is the lamprey eel. Maybe the most expensive fish in Latvia.
I just don't want to look in the middle and I'll be fine, I think.
Yeah.
Okay.
Can we look in the middle?
Yeah. Okay, let's see.
Just gonna put the whole thing in your
Not much. It just tastes like a saltier fish. It's nothing like,
No.
It's more about the thought of it, the look of
Yes.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah, the flavor's a lot more mild than a lot of other fish that I've had, if I'm being honest. Just gotta jet the jelly off my fingers.
Some people do a whole shot. I would just say, take a sip, you know, sip it. It's because it's not like a vodka.
Okay, let's see. Some honey brandy. It's very strong, washing down the eel. This would probably be perfect if you're sick. Just like the warmth and the flavor, the honey. There's more honey flavor in the aftertaste, I think.
Have
Some more.
Another interesting thing that Arthur pointed out for us is how much Latvians love their gardening, and it's very apparent. We see flowers everywhere. Yeah. Something that you probably might not have seen us do throughout our travels is buying local flowers at places we visit, then giving them to my mom and grandma and planting them in our mountain home in Greece.
Basically, we're creating an international garden.
Yeah, so let's go get some bulbs that we found that look really
beautiful.
Yeah. And two of these. I think the rumors are fair to say it's one of the biggest indoor markets in Europe. Everything from fruits and vegetables to meats, smoked meats, fish, smoked fish, pickled fish. Very interesting because they don't just cater to people looking for really, really cheap food or delicacies that are more on the expensive side, they cover the whole price range. So whatever your economic background is, it's fair to say you can come here and find something that fits your lifestyle. You can even get 60-cent coffee here, or even €1,000 a kilo caviar. Now we are back in the old town where we're going to be exploring a little more of the history, architecture, and truly, you know, like we mentioned in the intro of this video, there's so much Art Nouveau. It's a bit disputed, like, is it actually the most concentrated Art Nouveau architecture? And what is Art Nouveau? You know, because it's kind of up to your interpretation, but we've seen a lot.
Behind me, you'll notice this building, which is quite interesting. So you have your traditional Soviet architecture building, but on top of it, after the occupation, they put a Baroque 1700 style, kind of like a traditional European rooftop, which I actually would not have noticed that was a Soviet building.
So we're on our way to dinner right now, and it's almost 8 o'clock, and I think this is one of my favorite times of day as far as the light. Everything just gets amplified. It's so still and it's just so charming. Like every corner you look up here in Old Town, basically, if you're an architecture nerd, you're gonna love this city. It's inside a hotel. It was gonna be great, but this has surpassed my expectations. The views are amazing. Now let's see the food. This is a perfect time of day to come as well. Panoramic views all around. So the restaurant is called Gutenbergs Terrace. The name comes from a famous inventor, Johannes Gutenberg, and although he was from Germany, rumor has it that he may have potentially lived at least for a small period of time here in this building. He was actually the inventor of the printing press. That may not sound like such a big deal today, but that was such a major invention because back then, monks, when they had to copy books, they had to do it by hand. And here comes this guy offering an automatic way. So I'm really excited. We ordered quite a bit of food. Avocado, cream, salad. It has strawberries and figs.
The presentation is really beautiful, and I'm really excited to try the beetroot bread with truffle cream cheese first. The beetroot is a very mild flavor, but the truffle cream cheese, so good, and they go really well together. And here we have asparagus with a poached egg, butter sauce, and salmon.
If you watched our previous video here in Latvia and today's video, you may be thinking, why are they not eating Latvian food? Our guide was telling us it's a lot easier to find other cuisines here or mixtures and fusions than actually traditional Latvian cuisine, but asparagus seems to be really big in the diet here. So they had a whole asparagus section in the menu, so it must be good, right? I never thought to have smoked salmon and asparagus together. Wow, the crispiness of the asparagus. I may be really hungry, but it's maybe the best asparagus I've had. It's just like so crispy, or maybe it's the way the asparagus is cooked.
Now the avocado mousse. The flavors mix together really well, except I think I missed the chickpea, because I saw chickpea on the menu.
Oh, I forgot the chickpea, yeah.
Very good flavors and very beautiful presentation. Our next course has arrived, which looks equally as delicious. We have a mushroom ravioli with cream sauce and parmesan, fried salmon, buttery potatoes, which just, wow. 2 separate sauces, a mushroom sauce and a béarnaise sauce. I'm going to start with a ravioli. It's a beautiful piece of ravioli.
Oh my God, I can smell it from here.
I see there's some chanterelles. It's a generous filling, generous on the parmesan. Wow, amazing. Sometimes ravioli, especially mushroom ravioli, can be almost watery, lacking flavor. It has a really strong umami flavor. Maria has a real big soft spot for mushroom ravioli, which is gonna be very happy.
That is indeed very nice. Okay, I just need to go for the buttery potatoes first into the mushroom sauce. Very nice. Just having the mushroom sauce here and the mushroom ravioli. I don't know what type of mushrooms they're using, but the flavor is a little more woodsy in a way. And I know I am going to enjoy this piece of salmon. Great food all around. I'm excited to continue eating and finish all this. It's just, the smells coming from everywhere are just so good. I guess we'll say goodbye here because tomorrow starting another video where we're going to be taking the bus into Tallinn, Estonia. If you haven't already liked this video and you did enjoy it, hit the like button. Maybe subscribe to the channel if you're planning on watching more. And we'll see you in the next one.